You're listening to the Send It Podcast with Andrew Rawls on World Talk Radio.
Grumman 7 Judah Bravo, then ground, turn right on Bravo, runway 18 left, Bravo, and it'll merge with Alpha at Alpha 3.
Okay, so just a short movie review of sorts that I think a lot of skydivers out there will be interested in. It's this new documentary out on Netflix, simply titled Schumacher, and as the title suggests, it talks about the life and career of the famous Formula One driver, Michael Schumacher. Now, I'm not one that's going to give here a lot of spoilers away, but I will say this guy lived one hell of a life, and this was a fantastic documentary. Michael Schumacher won 7 Formula One championships, and he had, of course, over 91 career victories. And a lot of people out there consider him one of, if not the greatest racers in the history of the sport. I wanted to mention this documentary on the Send It Radio podcast, as by all accounts, and from what I've heard from several sources, including seeing some private footage of my own, this dude was one hell of a skydiver. And I don't think he had but a couple hundred jumps, perhaps more, but pretty incredible to see this guy so fresh and new into the sport, pulling these insane hook turns with his canopy and these advanced free-fly maneuvers. And there's pictures out all over the internet of him skydiving. This newer documentary focuses primarily on his career in racing, but it does offer a few clips of him skydiving and skiing, which were clearly two hobbies outside of motorsports that he was passionate about. A lot of these guys jump at Skydive Dubai, where they bring in all these high-profile instructors and have these amazing canopy courses. And I even saw on Instagram a while back that Lewis Hamilton, who is tied with Michael Schumacher for the number of F1 championships, he was also solo sport jumping out there earlier this summer. And you're talking about just two dudes that are pure adrenaline junkies and super, super competitive. I was very impressed. Anyways, the documentary, which again is out on Netflix right now, don't bother going to a movie theater. It's not there. It is comprised of F1 racing footage, personal footage, and plenty of interviews from those closest to him. One of the things for sure is that Michael lived and continues to live a very private life. And given this whole ordeal he's been through over the last decade, it's a testament, I believe, to his family and true friends that he has that have allowed him to maintain a very private life outside of the public limelight. But yeah, you don't have to be a fan of racing at all to enjoy this picture. And at just under 2 hours, this film seems to move at a pace similar to the speed at which Michael drived at. I highly recommend this film, and you will not be disappointed.
You've just listened to Send It, a skydiving podcast hosted by Andrew Rawls on World Talk Radio. Send It is the #1 skydiving podcast on the planet, bringing listeners up-to-date information on all things sky sports. Be sure to visit senditradio.com to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our amazing bonus content and articles. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review. Until next time, 3, 2, 1. See ya.